Hey friends, back on it with another stack of my 152 reads list. If you haven't watched this before, basically I have stacks of books that I haven't read, and so in a impetus to actually get through them, I've put them on a randomizer, made myself go through them, and I haven't been keeping up nearly as much as I've intended to, but I'm still at it, still going. I'll tell you about two books that I just read from this list. First thing I read was Thomas Wharton's Logogryph. And if you love book objects, this one's incredible. It's put out by Gaspereau Press, which I've just heard that they're shutting their doors, or at least the main dude who did it is kind of pulling the plug on it. And it's a shame because as book objects, these are incredible. You can see this one came in a very lovely slip case, and it's letterpressed and embossed on it. It's got this incredible dust jacket. It's they always use lovely, textured paper. And for my tastes, Gaspereau would tend to be a little too in the clan-lit vein. Can-lit as a genre. So I don't tend to gravitate towards the titles, even though the books are lovely. But this Thomas Wharton one in particular piqued my interest enough. Essentially, it's a book about the love of books, and it is a book kind of a collection of fragments of books, and it's about book lovers, and kind of similar to 1001 Nights. Not that I've read it, but the kind of that framing of kind of a collection of stories kind of retold. And in this case, it's a book that's bound of an endless book of kind of fantastical stories. I know I talk about Borges a lot, but kind of in the Borges vein of often going to weird distant lands framed about this husband and wife set in Jasper. So it was kind of fun to have a town very close to us, very close to me, treated fantastically, treated as if it is a place to have fantastical literature written about it. I might read a little more Thomas Wharton. It may have not gone quite as tangentially inventive as I maybe would have liked, but the framing, the kind of structure, fragments intertwining with each other, it was a lovely book. If you can find a copy of this, it'll look lovely on your shelf. And then I read Angela Carter's The Infernal Desire Machines of Dr. Hoffman. I've never read a Carter before, so this is my first foray into what she was doing, and this was an intense one. The book is about, there's this doctor that creates these reality altering machines, and it basically creates life in this world to be a strange and the most overused word, surreal, but in this case it's very true. It creates the most surreal world. And so our protagonist, this guy Desiderio, he is an investigator trying to thwart what Dr. Hoffman is doing, warping reality, and in doing so kind of falls in love with Dr. Hoffman's daughter Albertina. But the book is, speaking of surreal, it's just kind of every chapter is just Desiderio delving into another strange, surreal landscape. If it's cannibalistic river people, or cannibalistic tribal people, or weird android sex clubs, rapey centaurs. It's just an endless landscape of strange and worlds where you're never sure of what's real, but it's actually all real. It's just a reality that is warped in kind of like a stalled time. And but just the way reality works is that things don't have to be continuous, and things could disappear, and things people do and say may not actually be there. There's all these casts of characters that kind of call to mind kind of 20th century, like, maybe I didn't quite fully get it, but it's like a lot of these characters kind of seen as like stand-ins for like 20th century artists and like artist conceptions. So there's definitely a character that is a like L'Outremont des Sade kind of stand-in, who kind of uses his like freedom and cruelty to just traverse this surreal landscape. There's definitely a lot of kind of like Duchampian imagery, especially Duchamp in like his later career with his weird photo box type landscapes. Those factor into the book quite a lot. Yeah, and very shocking in a lot of senses. And I'm not one to get shocked often with books, but in this case, there was some very, could be interpreted as disturbing moments. So if you were like a sensitive reader in any sense, maybe don't delve. But if you are looking for something truly weird and a prose style that's so sharp and precise, very sharp prose, brilliantly written. I would liken it very much to like Gulliver's Travels, just kind of like our kind of stand-in protagonist, but just kind of being dropped into these like weird worlds, and then just having him navigate like and trying to make sense of what, and just not even necessarily even making sense of it, but just immersing in it, being a part of it, and just kind of living within this like bizarre new realm that he's in. Infernal Desire Machines of Dr. Hoffman was excellent. Would I recommend it? I don't know. It was a lot. It was difficult, but sharp and smart and scary and surreal and mind-bendy. Imagine like a Gulliver's Travels, but put through a sort of like 70s psychedelia misanthropy. And then that's what you have with this book here. So now that I'm done those, I'm going to try to keep it going. Got 2 more books that I'm going to select. I'm going to keep it short. Do 2 in a row. Just keep the videos coming. That last video I posted was way too long. So let's keep it succinct and fast and keep the momentum up. You're right here. Okay, here are my 2 boys on deck. We've got Gombrowitz's Ferdidirk, Polish thing. I've been meaning to get to this for a long, long time. It comes highly recommended by a couple friends, so finally get into that. And Gargoyles by Bernhard. I've read a few others of Bernhard. This one's actually interesting because there's actually paragraphs in this one, unlike the others I've read previously. So, but I'm absolutely expecting a lot more of his curmudgeonly, grumpy anger that seems to typify Bernhard, and we're gonna get to it ASAP. There we go, short and sweet, keeping the momentum going. If you want to read these ones with me, if you've got them, let me know, and I will get to them with you. Thank you for watching. Check out the Shed Books Instagram. I'm always posting stuff. I'm not going to tell you to, like and subscribe. I don't care about that shit, but thanks for watching. Bye.